Assalamu alaikum, hola, hello, and welcome back. If you've been following the Friday video series I've been posting on my YouTube channel, Tips for Success in the US. I started this section on my channel because I have been advising international students in the US for more than 7 years now, for exchange students, English students, and sponsored students. So I've taken all these years of advising experience and what I have observed that has worked and has not worked for international students when it comes to being successful in their academic and English classes while they're here. And I've taken all of this knowledge and put it into a few online courses and a one-on-one advising option with me, which I'll talk about more at the end of this video. But today we're going to talk about starting with a good GPA. This tip is something that I wish even someone had told me early on when I was doing my undergraduate degree. I did a bachelor's degree in Spanish and international business, and luckily I did do this and it really helped me in the rest of my academic career, or the 4 years that I did my undergraduate degree. But I want to give you this tip as well so that you know if you're coming to the US to study, you can start off on a good foot as far as your grades, and it will help you be much more successful throughout the years of your college degree here. So this tip is mostly for international students that want to come and do a full degree in the United States. I should probably define what GPA stands for, grade point average, and this may be the same in your country as well. It's a way of measuring how well you are doing in school. So an average of all of the grades that you are getting in your classes. A GPA, so a grade point average. In the US, a GPA is on a scale of 0 to 4.0. So 4.0 is the best GPA you can have, which means that you have received all A grades, all A's in your classes. So when I say start off with a good GPA, I mean the first year or two of your degree in the US are actually more important for setting a foundation of good grades for your degree. A lot of students think that if they come to the US and study English for maybe 1 year, 1 semester, 2 years before they start their academic program, that those grades will not count towards their GPA or the grades that they'll get in their academic program, and that is not the case, especially if you are studying at an English language institute that is attached to your school, college, or university. Then the grades that you receive in your English classes will count towards your overall GPA, your grade point average. So if you get an A in an English class, it's going to help you, and if you get a bad grade, it's going to hurt you. I say that your English classes usually count because it does depend on the college or university. Sometimes if you take English classes at an institution like an English language company, then they may not transfer necessarily to your academic degree. But in most cases, when you take English before you start your academic program, the credits or the classes count as elective classes. An elective is an extra class that counts towards the total number of credits that you need to complete your degree. A standard bachelor's degree, you need about 125 credits to complete your degree. 3 credits per class on average that you take. The English classes will count towards your overall number of credits. This means you also have 2 different GPAs. You have a cumulative GPA and a major GPA. The GPA measures how successful you are in all the classes that you've taken and in just your major classes. Last little thing about English classes, just don't blow off your English classes. You don't just think, oh, these don't matter, I don't need to try hard in my English classes, because they will affect your GPA later on in your program. Anyway, back to the tip for today. So start off with a good GPA. Start your first and second year usually with good grades, with all A's. I highly recommend trying to get all A's in your classes the first semester, first year, even 2 years, it's much more difficult to start off with poor grades or bad grades and then try to catch up and get good grades in your second, third, or fourth year of your bachelor's program, for example. So the better grades you get at the beginning, the easier it is to have an overall good GPA. Again, I'm saying this from experience too, because when I completed my degree, my bachelor's degree, I got good grades my first 2 years of college, and then the classes got a little bit harder towards the end, and I found it more difficult to make all A's, and so it was very, very helpful that I had gotten A's in my classes when I was a freshman and sophomore, or my first and second year of college, because getting a lower grade later on when my classes were harder, which will happen to you as well, because the further you get into your degree, the more in-depth and usually difficult, honestly, your classes get, because you should be at a higher level for your major at that point when you're a junior or senior in college. So for me, getting A's when I was a freshman and sophomore was really helpful, and although I did this, I wish somebody would have told me this in advance, and that's why I'm telling you now. So you can take this tip when you come to the US as an international student and really put all your effort into those first 1 or 2 years to start you off with a good foundation, good grades, good GPA, and good study habits to carry you through your degree. Thanks for watching another Friday Tips for Success video. If you have a topic that you'd like me to cover, put it down in the comments. As always, feel free to check out my online course or sign up for one-on-one advising with me, and you get to talk to me face-to-face about any questions or concerns you have about coming to the US, and I will do all the hard work for you. Links for all of that are below in the description, and I will see you again next Friday.